I work as a debt collector, and the things I collect are very strange. I don't know how much longer I will have the stomach for this job. Sure, the pay is good, but I find myself more and more troubled by the things I have to collect and the people who I have to interact with. It seemed like a great gig at first, but the more I have been at it, the more my concerns mount. I will tell you about some of the encounters I have had as a debt collector. For some, well, let's just say strange things. Oh, and if Mr. Salazar asks you about this, just pretend you never saw it. Anyway, the first job I took that got me thinking about my reservations for this line of work was just the other day. I had arrived at the location and parked my car outside the house of another target, a bit further down the road to not attract too much attention. I thought he would be home at this point, and I had to make sure I was ready. I looked at the collection notice and almost did a double take. It was another weird one. Though I suppose they have all been weird so far. I looked at the list to double check, and sure enough, it read just the way I thought I saw it. One teardrop from a shattered dream. The item seems very specific. If I had not been doing this for a few weeks now, I might not have known what Mr. Salazar wanted. I read more of the writ of collection on the man I was to extract the item from. I sighed when I saw it was another poor and desperate soul who had made a deal with the devil and lived to regret it. I winced at my own analogy and considered how on point it really was. Something was very off about Mr. Salazar, but he always paid well, and I was not going to start re-examining his motives now. Not when there was a job to do. I got out of my car and grabbed my toolkit. I walked towards the house. The light was on inside, and there was a glimmer of lights and motion in the living room. Likely watching TV or something, I figured. That would make this easier. It would be nice if I could catch them off guard, so a fight would not be necessary. I looked left and right to make sure no one saw me lingering on his porch. I pulled out the skeleton key and inserted it into the door. It slowly opened on loud hinges, and I winced at the sound. I hoped he had not heard it.